first episode of Muscular Chef. That's me. I go by Mbui, and welcome to my world, aka my kitchen. Alright, let's get one thing out first. I am not a certified nutritionist, and I am not a chef. I am a certified personal trainer and founder of Last Rep Fitness with Mbui and Company, and I do have a pretty good understanding when it comes to nutrition and what should go in your body to fuel your workouts. So essentially, Muscular Chef is going to be a guide and hopefully inspire you to make better and healthier choices when it comes to eating and also complement your workout. So in the kitchen, we're going to work the magic once a week. You'll be able to come back and just kind of get inspired. And if you have any questions, feedbacks, leave the comments. And each week a new recipe, either breakfast, lunch, snacks, or dinner. So let's get cooking. As a personal trainer, I hear all type of reasons why people don't make breakfast, so they skip breakfast and then go to McDonald's because it's more convenient. I'm not gonna lie, McDonald's breakfast tastes pretty good. However, it's not really good for your body. It's for that reason I'm gonna give you 3 simple breakfast ideas that you can make every single morning. And you know what? It doesn't even take that much time, so you'll never have to skip breakfast again. The first thing, you take 1 hard-boiled egg. Now listen, look at this baby right here. It's only 77 calories, and in that 77 calories, 6 grams of it is protein. Who doesn't love protein? It's muscle, right? And 5 grams of fat. But don't worry, it's actually healthy fats. So you want to consume this egg here for breakfast. You can make 2 if you want, or 1. Personally, I eat 3. I need 3. But it's just to give you an idea. It's so simple. It's as easy as tic-tac-toe. You take the egg, put it in a pan, water, and back on the stove. There you go. You can be doing your makeup as the egg is boiling. Now, if you don't like eggs, don't even worry about it. Personally, this is one of my favorites. I like to eat oatmeal every chance that I get. As you can see right here, quick oats. 100% whole grain Canadian oats. Now, you want to make sure that you always purchase the 100% whole grain. And you want to avoid the pre-packaged ones because they're very high in sodium and sugar. The reason why these ones are very good is because oat reduces cholesterol and has many health benefits. Also, because of the fiber content in these oats, you're going to feel fuller a lot longer. So if you have this in the morning, you don't even have to worry about being hungry an hour or 2 later. You can actually have your second meal when you're supposed to, which will be the 4 hours later. So I really recommend this one. Now, they're pretty plain on their own. There are different ways that you can make it. Personally, I like to put a little cinnamon once it's cooked. And I like to slice a nice red banana to go with it. So you're getting that sweetness, mixing it in the plain oats, but it tastes amazing. Trust me. If you're still not convinced about the eggs or the oatmeal, no worries. I have one more idea for you. It's Greek yogurt. Now, Greek yogurt by La Liberté is very rich, thick, and it's delicious, to be honest with you. It's versatile as well. Not only is it versatile, but this thing right here is packed with protein. Now, we know that protein helps promote and maintain your muscle mass, which is what you want ultimately when you're training. Now, you can do so many things with these things. You can add granola to it. You can add any type of fruits to it. You can even add a little drizzle of honey. And think about it. On its own, it's plain. But when you're adding honey, you're still getting that sugar component. And I know everybody gets those cravings once in a while. Personally, I like to slice some nice juicy strawberries in them. And they do the trick for me. Now, if you have a little bit more time, let's say on your day off or even the weekend, Saturday, Sunday mornings, you can make what I'm about to make for you guys this week. Now, you've heard of a breakfast for champions. This right here is breakfast for legends. To accomplish this feat, you will need a few things. Number 1 thing, you will need 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. You will need sweet potato. You will need red onion, mushroom, about a cup of spinach, and make sure that you have a lean ground beef or even extra lean ground beef. You want to make sure that you have less fat as possible in that ground beef. And in all of my cooking, I either use olive oil or organic coconut oil. Thanks, Jojo. And of course, for seasoning, I have a little mix of nice fresh herbs. You can really smell the parsley now. And, of course, ground pepper. And last but not least, you don't want to use too much salt because of the sodium content in it. But you want to have flavor in your food. So just a pinch of salt to complete everything together. So let's get this cooking because I'm kind of hungry right now. Alright, breakfast of legends. This thing right here has everything that you need for your morning. This will start the day right for you. It's tasty and you know, essentially, like I mentioned earlier, I like to cook with either coconut oil, organic, or olive oil, extra virgin. And the benefits of coconut oil are plenty. You know, it's mainly used in tropical countries, you know, like India, Philippines, and all of that. But the more I learn about it, and the more I appreciate it. The first thing I'm going to put in the pan here is sweet potato. Sweet potato, it's a great starchy component to add to your diet. It has many health benefits. It's readily available. You know, you have all the vitamins that you need in there. Also have, you know, magnesium, anti-stress mineral. If I'm not going to be stressed by eating this, of course I'm going to eat it. So, and the reason why I'm putting this first is because it's going to take a little longer to golden up and crisp up. So, I'm just going to, you know, bathe it in there, in that oil, move it around. So as you can see right here, it's kind of browning. You see the little brown color here? It's great. I love that color. Now listen, this is a trick that I use often. Personally, I get cravings. I love chocolate, so I try to stay away from chocolate. But sometimes the sugar, the envy to eat sugar is just so strong that I can't escape it. So what I do, it's kind of ridiculous, but it works for me. It might work for you too. I eat sweet potatoes. I just take one, you know, put a few lines in it, cut a few lines in it, pepper, throw it in the oven, and when it comes out, it's nice and soft. And I mean, I enjoy the sugar that I get from it, you know, because it's a sweet potato after all. So, you know, just a few more minutes, just make sure you're moving it around so it doesn't burn up on one side. Next thing I'm going to add up are the mushrooms. Just a little white button mushrooms, nothing special. Now you can use any type of mushrooms that you want, you know, portobellas. I think it's also shiitake mushrooms. I just use these ones because, listen, these mushrooms here, they're grown where I'm from. I'm from Windsor, Essex. If you're from that region, you know we're known for two things: mushrooms and tomatoes. Heinz ketchup, yeah, that's where it's made. That's where the big plant is, or at least used to be. And you don't want to overcook the mushroom. You just want to make sure it's getting a little bit of that organic coconut oil inside of it. And it doesn't take long to cook mushrooms, to be honest. So, and the next thing we're going to add is our finely chopped red onion. Now I find that onions add flavor in everything. Red onions even more. No preference really between red and white. I just find that when I'm making this meal especially, the flavors just go through the roof when I'm using red onion. So again, you want to make sure that you're moving everything around because the onion is so finely chopped that it can, you know, burn easily. So you have to really pay attention. The onions are getting that nice little color, caramelized. It's getting there. We don't want it to be burned. The mushrooms, they browned. The sweet potatoes, excellent, just excellent. Next thing we're gonna add is a little bit of our extra lean ground beef. I know the carnivores are gonna be happy about this. Eating meat for breakfast, right? I know I am. Again, we don't want to put too much. Just mix everything around. Make sure that the beef gets cooked well. You know, you don't want to eat raw beef in the morning especially, right? You're still trying to make it out to work this morning, so. Now that's the sound of deliciousness. Woo! And I haven't added any seasoning yet at this point because what I want to do is, since I'm cooking everything in one pan, I want to make sure that when I season, everything tastes evenly, right? And at this point, you can take your egg, large egg, and just crack it in here. Oops, this happens every time. I still haven't mastered it though, but I got it. I told you I wasn't a chef, right? Now you see the egg is kind of gonna bring everything together, right? Just its texture. And make sure that when you're using the pan, it's non-sticking, right? Because that way it's very manageable. You can just move things around and it doesn't stick to the bottom. And at this point, just grab a handful of spinach, just a nice handful. I love spinach, I tell you, I love this thing. Looking at the spinach, the oil is on it now, the color is changing a little bit. Just look at the mix, look at those colors, look at this. And this is only your breakfast. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Essentially, you want to take the foods that have high nutrient value and kind of put them together. That way, you never get bored. If you don't want to eat a boiled egg, if you don't want to eat oatmeal in the morning, and if you don't want to eat Greek yogurt with, mixed in with whatever fruit you choose. So this is what I do because I don't like to get bored. I love to eat. So this is another idea. So just mixing everything together that are high in nutrition value. And at this point, a pinch of fine herb to season. And the reason why I use fine herb is that I can limit the usage of salt because sodium is one of the things that I try to stay away from. And as I had said earlier, just a pinch is enough. Voila. Now look at the color in this baby. Look at the colors. Look at this. Look at this. I have my tea kettle right there. Look at this. And I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Look at this. I'm sweating from this. It's the food. But I can handle the heat though, so I'm gonna stay in this kitchen. Presentation, it's 8 in the morning. You're not trying to impress anybody here, right? You're just trying to get those nutrients in your body, in your system, get fueled up, get ready for the day, and go impress your manager at work with the energy you have, right? It can be a really productive day. That was really good, okay? So join us next week for another episode of Muscular Chef, which is me. And next week, I think we might be looking at some snack ideas. All right, so when you tell people about snacking, they don't know what to eat a lot of the times. And we're gonna kind of look at the different options that you have, and it's gonna be a great opportunity to kind of tell you if you have sugar cravings, what you can and shouldn't eat. Again, the recipe will be uploaded at www.mylastrap.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, and subscribe, share, like, comment, and I'll see you next week.